G'day everyone, it's Matt Rard here, CEO and co-founder of eBusiness Institute, where we train people how to earn full-time income online rather than working in a corporate job or in their own business. And so what we love doing through these interviews is chatting to our recent graduates and seeing what their experience is and what their journeys are like. And what we really like doing is catching up with them after a couple of years and seeing where they're up to. And our today's guest couple are a very special couple within our champions community. Everyone knows and loves them, and that is Amish and Avani. Hi, guys. I'm going to give you the best rap ever because you guys, we just all had so much fun at a boot camp and hearing your update. And I want to say a special thank you for coming along today to share with agreeing to share with the wider product, our wider community, your amazing journey, because you guys got out of your previous role, completely retrained in digital skills with us, and now are running not only a very significant and a very successful six-figure digital agency there on the northern beaches of Sydney, but as we heard on the weekend, you guys have some pretty high goals, and it looks like you're kicking some major goals. So what I wanted to unpack with you guys today is a bit about your journey and give people an idea of what it's like to retrain in this field and to be out there using your skills, and also starting a new family, because I think there's some fun, so there's some really interesting insights around that one, isn't there? While you're launching a new business and a new family. So
yeah, it's been an interesting journey. So I think there's a lot of funny stories about me, Avani being at the hospital and me asking her, in the midst of labor, some SEO questions and website questions. So it didn't go too well with her. But now we're still together and we business. So,
so that's dedication for you. So you guys are another one of our couples who've had, we call them a champions baby while you're on the course. So you guys started with this on our champions program. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yep. And
obviously retrained. And Amish, for you, you're not from a technical background whatsoever, and it was mainly you that jumped into it.
Yeah. So I love the idea behind it about serving the business community, because that's my passion about reaching out to businesses and delivering something of value. But in saying that, it's completely non-technical, and I think my business partner would say that I'm still not technical, but now I've come a long way.
I sometimes allow him into the back end of websites now, which they're not allowed. But I think he's picked up a fair amount of skills over the way. Yeah.
And like everyone on this course, we all learn how to build a site from scratch. Like that's one of the core skills that we teach here. And Amish, you whilst you jokingly say you've got no technical skills, but you definitely love SEO. You understand it to the nth degree. I know you do, because think of the conversations you and I have had, and whenever we're working on sites, and you can actually build a very good website as well. You know exactly what goes into it.
Yes, it's something that I took up as a challenge and built a couple of websites. And obviously SEO was something that I really enjoyed from day one. So that has always been my strength. And I love doing the research and love finding a way as to where I can, get the customer the results which they're after. So that is my passion.
Yeah. So with you two then, sorry, Avani, I'm just thinking, so because you're a husband and wife team working on this, and so your roles, we always get asked this, what are the roles? So Avani, like a lot of us, are you the more technical one then? Who's mainly building the websites?
Yeah, so I'm building all the websites, and we've got a team now, but I am still pretty much building a lot of the websites that we have. And he is, what I keep saying, he's the SEO champion. And I'm like, look, stick in your lane, I'll stick in mine. But we overlap. We've got, with the number of years that we've done this now, it's kind of reached a space where we both can cross over into each other's work, and it's really good because we have that support system as well while knowing our individual roles. So
awesome. And I guess the other cool thing about both of you training with us is you're on what you just alluded to, Avani. You're both on the same page. You're like exactly what each of you know. You know everything here.
Yeah.
So you've both built sites together and separately and do the SEO. And so Amish, you love the research side and doing the SEO. Who does the sales work out there?
So sales has always been something that I enjoyed. So initially it was all me, obviously with the young family that we have. Our bub is 18 months old. So so the initial few months or over the last few years, it's always been me. But now even Avani is getting on to.
I know. Go Avani. High five.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah, look, I've enjoyed it. I've done it previously, and I kind of took a step back because he's so good at it and he loves it. He loves going and like getting into somebody's business and learning all about it. And I took a step back, but I think in the last probably 6 months, I've kind of stepped back into getting into the sales aspect of it and absolutely loving it. Like just
cool.
Yeah, absolutely loving it.
So one thing I would say, so I just want to point out to anyone listening. So Amish and Avani came on with us and learned, retrained in digital skills. So you guys have had a crack at every strategy, bought a couple of sites, really nice little sites, actually, passive sites to learn on. You built sites for your own, like semi-passive websites, but you've mainly gravitated, and obviously it's just taken off like a rocket, because I guess it's playing to what you're passionate about. But is your main strategy that's taken off like a rocket is building websites for local businesses. Sorry, those of you listening, I should have explained that. And for the guys, for Amish and Avani, that's what's worked for them really well in the short term. So what that's allowed you to do, obviously, is create a very high cash flow within your family in a very short space of time, which is really because you do such a good job for your clients. Now, I am going to take you back in time because this is being recorded, right? I want you to remember because all of our community looks at Amish and Avani, they're legends. We're going to talk about, they're charging thousands of dollars up to tens of thousands of dollars for website builds. We'll talk about that in a minute. But listen to this, okay? So do you remember, this is your life. Do you remember on one of my first coaching calls, before I even knew you that well, and you were showing me your first website build that you were learning on, how much did you charge for that first site? And what was my reaction?
Do you want to
go? We charged $500 for our first build, and we were learning on it. And it was somebody we knew, and
that's good.
And it was actually a really good looking website, and
it was
an opportunity that he had given us as well to work with him. So but it was really funny when just saying those words out now, you're kind of going, whoa, did I really? But yeah, we did.
I still get in trouble for that because I was the sales guy and I got that job, and she's like, you got me a $500 job, and hear about it every now and then, but
we argued over the GST of it as well, whether it should be 500 plus GST or 450x GST. So
because fast forward to now, what would you charge for the same website?
We would charge, so our web builds are anywhere from $3,000 up to about 20K, depending on what kind of websites we're doing, whether we're working with small businesses, large corporations. And that's that's the average pricing. So it could go up depending on what the actual build is and how complicated it is. And the client,
Wow. So seriously, this is why I also wanted to record this interview. Do you pinch yourselves? Just 2 years ago, $500. Now it's minimum $3,000 to $20,000, which you are getting website builds in that range because you've got a range of corporates. Do you pinch yourselves now looking back at your journey?
It's been very satisfying to say the least about the journey because obviously you get more with the same amount of time that you put in for a $500 website. You get 5,000 or 20,000. So it's definitely more value for your time.
And also, I feel like because we've kind of reached that stage where we have seen what we have done for our clients. And I think
Yeah.
that's a big goal for us, where we've seen with every redesign that we've done, or every web build that we've done, or every SEO job we've done, we've made an actual difference to their bottom line. And when they see that, they come back. So yeah.
That is super cool. And because it kind of feeds into my next question. I know everyone's sitting there thinking, and I've got to admit, I'm thinking this too, and all the champions are thinking this, how the hell have you done this so quick? Because you're also charging anywhere from like $1,000 to $3,000 a month ongoing SEO. And we know you're very good. But I think, Amish, are you okay to share what you said to me before the interview off the camera about that confidence thing and the mindset, the money mindset? One of the reasons you've been able to, like, how you both operate there?
So initially when I started, I wasn't too comfortable going out and getting 1,000 a month SEO or 2,000 or $5,000 jobs, because for me, it was incremental. It's happened over time where I've done some SEO jobs for 150 and I've seen the value that it's into the customer's business. And with a lot of businesses we work, it directly impacts their personal life, because it's, they also, a lot of them are small, medium businesses. So we have been able to drastically improve their business as well as personal life. And that's where, I saw the value in what we do and how it's impacting. So now, we start from 500 to 1,000 and, 5,000 around that price. So
listen to how easy that just rolls off the tongue. Oh, yeah, 5,000 a month recurring. You only need a couple of clients like that, and you've pretty much, that's replacing your income just off 2 or 3 clients like that each month.
Yes.
And if we can show the value to a $5,000 client and bring him 3x that or 10x that, it's worth it.
And I think, Avani, that's your goal, isn't it? Because you've seen the results. You were saying to me before, you love 3xing your clients' results.
Yeah.
And that's what you've been. I am going to mention one specific niche that you've built, because it's seriously impressive to any long-time SEOers like myself. You guys have managed to SEO. You didn't realize at the time how impressive this was, but you guys managed to SEO a locksmith.
Yeah.
And how did the result go there? You got to brag about it.
So it started slow because he was my first client, and I charged pretty minuscule amount for SEO for him.
Yep.
And they trusted in what we do and the basics that I was able to talk to them about, because for them, a lot of locksmiths, SEO is a foreign concept. So to explain it to them, it took a while, and they came on board. And a few months down the line, 3 months down the line, they started ranking, and they saw the graph going up, the maths graph, and then they started ranking, in the whole of the region, and it just took another level. So now, he's so happy with the results that, he set up another business, and we're doing SEO for them. And so for charging someone $150 a month to start with, now we're charging him $2,000. 2,000.
Perfect. And it's worth it, because just so you know, SEOing the locksmith niche is pretty challenging. And that's seriously impressive to get that. You hit the graph, and just, he must be one super happy client. And talking about some of your other clients, because so you guys have got a range of clients from small businesses to big businesses, and you do people like locksmiths and local accountants and things. You've got to inspire some people with some. You don't have to mention the company names. We're happy to go for a little trip down memory lane, or recent memory lane. Some of your favorite clients, the corporates who you are going to smash it for. But let's have a look at what's your typical range that you're charging for ongoing SEO for these more corporate clients, bigger clients.
So we are in the range of. So because they're all Australia-wide for their products and services, so they start around 3,000 a month for the corporate months.
Yeah.
And we have a quote in place at the moment where we've quoted 8,000 for SEO for them. they're a slightly bigger market, and so
They want to rank for more places, and
more places and more things. So that's where
and
we are.
you are going to love that. Yeah, I know you're really looking forward to that one, and you can look at the smile on your face, and it's right up your alley, isn't it? For the two of you, I think both of you are researching all that market, aren't you? And you're having fun already working on the SEO. And my favorite site, I have to bring it up because this is so the guys have built an amazing site for a big corporate selling medical and industrial equipment. Now, for a start, how did you get that job? And what did you charge for them and the ongoing SEO?
So we got the customer through BNI.
Yep, through networking.
Through networking. Most of these kind of jobs, you usually get them through networking, and that's our strategy from day one, is to put ourselves out there and network. So we charge them 3,000 for SEO, and obviously they wanted the website to show that value as well, which wasn't up to the mark. They hadn't done anything about it. So that's when Avani came into the picture, and we're like, we need to build the website. So,
The website was like a secondary thing for them. I think they were really gung-ho about the SEO side of things. And but when we looked at the website, we said, look, we get people on your website, but to convert, because we now call ourselves conversion specialists as well, because when we look at a website, we're like, we get into the mindset, we create the customer avatar.
Good.
Will your customer actually convert when they land on this website? And it wasn't a website that would have converted clients. So
no.
Yeah, so we could have done all the SEO at the back end, but landing on the website, not converting wouldn't have worked. So then we did a rebuild for them. We didn't charge them as much as we would have, but we charged them about $7,000 for it. But with the thing of the fact that they're doing ongoing SEO, and we really want to do, we like all our customers, we want to do a really fantastic job. So for us, that was a key point where we wanted to make sure that they're actually converting.
Yeah, because remember when we did the calls, normally with a client like that, as you said, you would charge a lot more. What the web build that you did was, it was a very, very nice web build.
Yeah, normally we would probably charge around 15,000 for it, because it has pages and the industry which it's in. We would at least be on a 12 to 15K mark for it. But,
But you wanted to look after the customer, and I think you did the right thing. And it actually, as the three of us discussed at the time, it actually makes your SEO look better, because we all know it did need to be rebuilt, that site, and now that goes hand in hand with the ongoing SEO. So now you've got a client who you can really look after at $3,000 a month, and the work that you've done on it is phenomenal, and they're really happy with the whole process, aren't they?
They absolutely love it. Like there were a few processes involved, because they're a big company, and they had a lot of procedures involved in terms of the marketing team. But we've gone past that, and we delivered something which I think exceeded their expectations, and that's why they love us.
If I think with Amish and I think one of the things we're both very sure of is, if we've promised here, we deliver there. Perfect. So we never, so and that's what I think, that's one of the key factors why our clients have stuck with us forever, like since the beginning. And we've never had a client come back unhappy to us, because they've seen that we always over deliver on what we've promised. So we don't set expectations that we can't meet, and we don't deliver we don't deliver less than what we've promised at any point.
Yeah, and I've seen that firsthand. Like I've worked on lots of sites with you that you guys are doing, and they're just beautiful sites. You're really coming up in leaps and bounds. And the good thing now is that particular site, that's kind of your resume piece that you can show all these other big corporates, because now it seems that you are getting a lot more bigger clients. You seem to have, and really interesting ones that you would never think of, like with even charities and stuff like that, and a wide range of really interesting, all SEO related web builds.
No, it's been an interesting journey working with artists and First Nations, and clients, and then we have NGOs. So we have bags, and it keeps things interesting for us, rather than just pigeonholing ourselves to one industry. And so
Yeah, we still haven't, like, we were thinking about, should we niche down and just focus on one industry, but then I think we actively took a call because we love working with clients across the board and we super enjoy it. So we've narrowed down a few industries we love, but we're not niching down to one single industry that we want to be a part of.
And so on the surface, this looks fantastic. You got this wide range of client base. So you got a range of, wonderful small businesses that you can look after in your own community, all the way up to some of these really cool corporates that I know you both love working with, and you're doing amazing work there, and you're both passionate about SEO, and it all looks just wonderful and perfect. But, and look, we're all laughing and having fun, but it hasn't always been that way. You've had a few little challenges over the last couple of years with COVID and everything, and new family. Yeah. All right. So 2 big things out of that.
Yeah.
What was it like? Tell us the story of, here you are building this amazing business, but halfway through, you had a champion baby.
Yeah. It was a struggle. We won't lie. It was probably one of the toughest times of our life. And the fact was we didn't have any support system here. So we were pretty much on our own, raising this little bub who was the most brilliant thing, but also the most exhausting thing in the world. And building up massively in our growth phase in our company. So but it has I think one of the key factors was us really taking the time to divide our roles and knowing what each person is an expertise in, and then also building our team at the back end. So just making sure we have the right people involved with us, and we have that support system if we ever need to turn to, which we haven't till now as much, but So,
and guys, I want to say big congratulations, because it was a challenge for you. And here you are, during COVID, stuck in Narrabeen. I mean, nice place to be stuck, but like you said, no,
one of the best places to be.
But like you said, no family support, and not only that, your business was taking off, and so when you were, come on, you got to tell the actual story publicly. You got to share this story of when little Amira actually came along. What were you guys doing? What was happening in even those few hours?
Yeah.
Come on, Avani.
Amish touched on this at the beginning, but it's a funny one. And I think it kind of sets the precedent for how we are as a couple as well.
Yeah.
But while I was, and shows his dedication and love for his clients.
That's right.
But while I was in labor, we pretty much, so I was in labor and I was probably
12 hours.
It was a 12-hour labor. So it was a fairly exhausting, hectic journey. And in comes Amish with a laptop in my face while I'm having a contraction in his life. And remember, at that point in time, I was not allowing him to go to the back end of the websites and make changes on his own.
Yep.
Everything was coming to me on my team. So he was like, hey, I need to make this change. Can you tell me how to do it? And I'm just kind of looking at him going, this is not okay. But I physically didn't have the energy to say anything. I should have heard something, but I did sort you out after the contraction
she did
ended.
sort me out, and the client was happy. And but then I got it, and since then I get to hear that quite often.
But it's such a amazing story for our business, and showcases, like I said, apparently his love for all the clients. And
and you've got an SEO baby. Like literally, whilst you're giving birth, you're in labor, you are working on a client site and in the hospital, and but that's the beauty of this business too. I do want to relate, like, anyone who's in corporate would think, oh, well, that's crazy. You're working on stuff, but it is kind of a fun business. And I know I'm not recommending you work on your business during labor as normal, and we're all laughing about it now, but it's a relatively easy business to do and run when you're passionate about it. And I think you guys are definitely the epitome of that. You've definitely demonstrated that, and you are passionate about it. And then, of course, once little Amira was here, and we had COVID ended in Australia, and you guys went back to your family in India, there was another bit of a challenge, because by then you're already building really good sites for these corporates and stuff. But obviously you can run this from anywhere. You can do the laptop thing. So you decided to go back to India, didn't you?
Yeah. We went back to India. We were supposed to be there for 2 months, but we got COVID while we were there. I had a mini surgery, and so it was. I think the fact that this was a flexible lifestyle for us, and this is something we'd really
Yeah.
consciously chosen to make our business all about, because even our team is across. Like everyone works from home or everyone meets
Yep.
once in a while, so no one's kind of forced to come into an office setup every single day. And I think that was really, really great for us to be able to actually build this business while we were overseas and
Yeah.
continue working on it. So
Yeah, and I think even with COVID, a lot of customers are open to
Yep.
people working remotely, and as long as you deliver, and that's exactly what we did when we were stuck for a month.
Yeah.
That we continued on what we had to do,
yeah.
and
And good
delivered.
communication.
Yeah.
I think that is the key when it
Yeah.
comes to running a business like that you're communicating with your clients and you're not just like leaving them going, where are these guys? Why have they disappeared on us? We had really good communication with all of our clients. I think we were checking in probably once every 2 weeks to make sure things were on track and
Perfect.
going
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
And we did a Zoom call too. It was easy, like,
Yeah.
it's very easy these days. That's the main tool. Do you find now too, even after COVID, you're mainly communicating with you? Because I noticed you've got an office in Sydney now in
Yeah.
George Street. Impressive. But you've got office space now that you've got availability to. But these days, are you still doing a lot working from home? Are most clients happy just to jump on the Zoom with you? Or do you have to do much
Most of
face to
them, they
face?
prefer Zoom
Yeah.
but I think for me, I prefer face to face when you're meeting someone for the first time. But
Okay.
after that, it's
We're happy to
usually
take it on Zoom.
it's usually on Zoom, and that's
Yeah.
how they prefer.
I think
Yeah.
post-COVID, it's a little bit of a mixed bag where some clients just really want to be on Zoom and don't want to actually have you come in and drive all that way, come in, and because they feel that obligation to then commit at the beginning.
Yeah.
Whereas on Zoom it's simple, right? Hey, just hop on a call. You're still where you are, I'm still where I am. But we love meeting our clients, saying that like we really, really enjoy, I think, sitting face to face.
Getting to know them, the business, and in detail. So
yeah.
yeah.
But again, that's the initial bit. The later
So that's that
bit,
initial phase. So that's one of you guys' superpowers, then I guess we call it, you, or one of the things you love is actually meeting the client face to face. Then the rest of it you can work from home with little one. Because I know, yeah. So it's very flexible. So you do work from home a fair bit too, like when you're on the research side and things like that.
Yeah. We work from home. We work from our car. We work from outside Bub's daycare in a cafe. Yeah. So till we have a laptop and a charging point, we're good.
You're good to go. That's all you need on here. And Avani, I want to ask you another question about like when you meet people and stuff. For you, and as a female doing this, and as a mum, look at your latest and huge client, big corporate, a very big corporate, and for you to do that sales call, was it just you that you should explain to everyone what you had to do to get that job when you were talking to them?
Yeah, we had a sales pitch that Amish was supposed to go in and do, but he wasn't feeling too well that day, so he pretty much pushed me into the deep end. So this was my first meeting that I was doing client facing after 2 years, and it was probably my first one where I was standing in front of like 10 startup founders or corporates and suit tie and standing there presenting to them on a screen. And
wow.
it was, and I say this now, I say I love meeting clients, and that's I do have to acknowledge that it's only happened in the last couple of months, because before that, with the bub and the pregnancy, I was pretty much out of the client-facing role because I wasn't comfortable enough to go meet them and have the conversations. I loved hopping on Zoom at that, so it worked really well for us. But yeah, I think it's been incredible that I can now stand in front after all of that time away from like the clients and facing them and having that chat. I always used to push him and I was like, I'm not going in, you go meet the clients. And he did that to me at that last second with
And-
an industry that we really learned about. So
It was
Yeah.
incredible
Yeah.
that she took it on board and did it.
Yeah.
It's not easy for someone to be out of action for so long and then go out in a boardroom and present to 10 people where, it's a big SEO pitch.
yeah,
So
yeah.
And
Big-
they're all
massive
in
advantage.
yeah, they're all in suits and everything, and this is in
Yeah.
Sydney, and so Avani, you come in, new mum, talking SEO when Amish is normally doing that.
Yeah. And no, I knew no one in the room, right? So I basically
Okay.
walked into this room. I had never spoken to anyone in that
Wow.
room because he was handling all communication. So it was a little bit daunting, but it was a really fun pitch, and I came out feeling like, look, it was that push that I needed to get back into the client-facing
Okay.
role. And I think a lot of people forget that when you become mums, there's so many changes that just happen within you, within your bodies, within
Yep.
everything, and your personality changes. So to get back to that takes a little bit longer than it would for somebody, say, who's just gone on a holiday and come back. So
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so on that note, too, like running this business for the two of you, and particularly for you, Avani, I guess, it's worked well having being a new mum. And would you have, obviously I'm biased. So this is how Liz and I started online too. It seems like a lot of us champions do it. That was a turning point for us when our kids came along. That's when our online business just took off, and it seems to be the same with you. So have you got any words of advice for any mums or new mums or mums to be?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I would always say is we're biased like you, right? Because we've done the same as you guys, and we've pretty much kind of taken off when we were having a bub and all of that and becoming a new mom. And I think that's a key factor where now with the digital skills that are around and with what even what you're teaching, especially, or what like virtual assistants, e-business, digital skills in general. And I think there's so much out there that you can do while being able to
Yeah.
kid and a family, which you weren't before, because
Yep.
it was always a choice of, hey, are you going out and becoming the primary caregiver? And then that guilt factor comes in of not
yeah.
being there for your mom. But this kind of becomes the best of both worlds for us. So
And
yeah.
And like, big congratulations to both of you. It is like, seriously, everyone loves hearing your story, and it inspires so many champions. And we all have a big laugh at the boot camp, and you saw on the weekend, like, look at all the success stories. And of course, sorry guys, we couldn't afford give you a second Ultimate Champions Cup. You're only allowed to win one. You've got it there in the you've got it there in the background. You guys are our students of the year for last year, which is a big congratulations there. And I guess in summary, and wrapping up, for anyone starting out on this journey, when you look back and what you guys have achieved here, which is absolutely fun, like, you do have to pat yourselves on the back for, what you've done over these last 2 years. Do you have any advice that you think could help someone new on this journey?
So I would say that what do you guys offer? There's irrespective of what you want to do, you can pick the strategy from your book and make your own. So we chose the agency way, but someone can do the portfolio or some other way. But what eBusiness Institute teaches, the skills are there to be learned and to be implemented to make whatever you want to do and make of your life. So,
And I would say reps.
Good, Avani. You've learned well. That's our number one saying in Champions. And you guys blitzed that. You did. Like, that's how you got your confidence up from starting out at $500 and it helped your mindset, and you just did reps. And that's the thing we all really admire in what you've done. And even through some of the challenges, having a new one, getting stuck, back home for 4 months or whatever in the middle of building this amazing agency, you guys have just stuck it out. Reps. Very deserving of our Student of the Year, Ultimate Champions Cup winners as well. And guys, I do want to say a big thank you for sharing your story today and helping to inspire so many people.
And thank you for inspiring so many people as well, is what I would say, because
so without you and the platform and the training that you guys provide, it wouldn't be possible for us to see the light. So, we're really grateful to
thank you.
Matt and Liz and all the
and I'm just gonna share one little thing before we hop off. I still remember Amish basically bullied me into the 3-day workshop a little bit, and he was like, "No, you have to just sit with me." And this is when we were in Digital Investors, and I was like, "No, I'm not doing this." But I think coming on that and seeing you and Liz and how genuine you were, and I think that converted me, because I'm someone who's very, very of like online sales or things like that, and somebody selling online especially, but. I can 100% say just seeing people like us across the board was very like, we can do this as well, and we really want to do this and make a business where we actually help our clients at the end of the day. So
perfect. And I do want to say a big thank you guys. See, Avani, you're keeping that tradition going. Now you've come along and helping to inspire so many more people to do, hopefully follow in your footsteps as well over the coming years. So massive thank you to you both so much for coming along today and sharing your story.
Thank you.
Thank you.